What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy LeBron. And I just wanted to come out real quick, make a video. I'm getting ready to go back and do some deliveries for my business. But I wanted to come in because, I'm pretty sure many of you guys have seen Karol G and Nicki Minaj Tusa record hit 1 billion views on YouTube today. So I think that's pretty major. That song is a smash global hit worldwide, suppressed in the United States. But I just wanted to come online. I know many of y'all probably seen the news, probably happy about it too. So I just wanted to do a really quick broadcast. I'm going to be leaving where I am at about 7 o'clock. So I'm just about to come and broadcast really quick. Um, yeah. So I think this is amazing. Anaconda is close to 1 billion views on YouTube as well. So I just think this is pretty dope. I mean, people kind of knew that Tusa was gonna hit 1 billion. Um, what's up, YP? So people pretty much knew that Tusa was gonna hit 1 billion because the views is just they go up so quick. What's up, Richard? Now I don't know if you guys look at the YouTube streaming charts. What's up, Corvette? What's up, Brandy? But Swalla is another video by Nikki that also gets a lot of views daily. I wouldn't say like a lot, but normally that video gets almost 500,000 views like every day. Um, Corvette, you didn't see Tusa, Carol G, and Nicki Minaj Tusa hit 1 billion views today. So I think that's dope for, especially with Nikki is on off season right now. Even though she got these collaborations coming out, she's pretty much been on off season due to having her, being pregnant or having her baby or whatever. So I just think that it's amazing that she hit that milestone. I think they said this is Nikki's fifth video and Carol G's third video to hit 1 million. So yeah, at this point, I'm just ready for the album rollout. Like I really am. So I'm just really excited about that. About them hitting that today. What did you guys think? Let's see. What's up, Melissa? Yeah, I was shocked yesterday. I uploaded that video talking about why the other person's video went number one. I turned around. That shit had 800 views. I said, "Oh shit!" And that's small compared to views that other people get. But for me to make my first video, that's like, damn, baby, y'all miss me like that. Okay, okay. So I switched my channel over from Cookie Confidant as well because I'm not sure what I want to name my channel, but I know with that video, right? You don't know who Hands is gonna get into, and unfortunately, in the past, I have been targeted by Cardi B's fans, and it wasn't anything that I wasn't worried about because I had like I don't even really want to get into it, but they did target something like they tried to leave like some negative reviews, and I just had to contact one of my consultants on one of my platforms, and we got that shit wiped. So that's why, like I just said, realizing being a person in business, number one is it's a strike against you to come online and do commentary, but it's a way that you can do it. So that's why I said, like, I don't have to come on here and just go in on people or whatever, but it's just a way that you can deliver it. I can give my opinion without like breaking the person down. So I should be able to say that I don't like something or, the reason why, but instead of just picking a person apart. So yeah. I switched my channel name because I'm trying to think about the name that I'm going to name it while I do my commentary and also like just do different things with like preparing cookies and stuff like that. But um yeah, I'm happy for Nikki. This is dope. You could tell that she's definitely either she's still in gestation or she had her baby already because Nikki would have been online like, celebrating. So that's why I definitely think that she had the baby and she's just going through, you know, um just, being close with her family and with her baby and stuff. Yes, we missed you. I enjoyed the hip hop conversations with someone knowledgeable. Congrats, Nikki. Thank you, Miss Bucci. Yeah. So, what do y'all expect from this next project from Nikki? Damn, I said 7 o'clock. I'm gonna give it to 7:10 because I don't want to shortchange y'all. So, what do y'all expect from Nikki's next album? Like, I hope that I don't know. Like, I feel like she said Pink Friday too. Pink Friday too. I can definitely see that because she how Lil Wayne did the Carter and all of that. I think that that would be a dope way to go. I'm excited because I only got two deliveries tonight, so that's number one. One of my friends, I have a total of five deliveries. I had a few more, but I had to end up pushing them. But um, my friend helped me with most of them, so that's why I'm like, I appreciate people like that. Because when my business take off, I'm gonna look out for my homie because he really be helping me out like no other. Like somebody I didn't even expect like that. He just be helping me with my deliveries, just moving them. I throw him money, certified platinum first week. Yeah. You know what's so crazy though? Like when people release songs, they go to. Does anybody notice that still go into effect? Like if your song is multi-platinum before your album comes out, it counts towards units. Like I'm kind of mad about this whole stream. Even though I like that streams do count, it kind of it kind of messes up because say you have a double platinum single before your album comes out, your album is basically gold before it comes out. Like I don't like that whole that whole thing, but it is what it is. It seems like Billboard strategically changes the rules when when Nicki start winning. So you just got to keep an eye on them. But yeah, Corvette. I miss coming on here and chatting and shit. I'm just excited because I'm like, damn, this girl is not even trying and she's still breaking records. Like that's how you could tell that song. Like, yo, just at the beginning of this week, Tusa was 4 million views away from being at a billion views. It was 4 million views at the top of this week. We only on Wednesday. That's to tell you that that song is a hit. That song was gaining over 1 million views per day. Come on. Who's doing it like that? That song is gaining over 1 million views per day. That song is a hit. They trying to bring those international streams to U.S. charts. My coworker ordered cookies today, LeBron. Oh, I think was that the one that was the I think I seen that one because they did shipping. Cool, cool. Um, yeah. So let's see. Hey, LeBron, what's up, Micheline? Micheline, you said that you was gonna get your channel popping. What you gonna? I think you told me. I'm gonna hit you up. Matter of fact, because my phone is charging. I'm gonna call you when I'm gonna call you once I get off the broadcast because I only got two deliveries tonight. And I looked outside and it's not raining today. Yo, yesterday I was delivering up to like 12 o'clock in the morning yesterday because it was raining so hard down here. And I get a little nervous. I didn't want my car to like hydroplane or like slide off of the road or no shit. Cause it was so many accidents here yesterday in Houston on the highway. I'm like, man, I don't want my mother to get that phone call from New York, from down here, like, oh, he's been in an accident or some shit. Nah, I will drive 30 miles per hour. I'm not getting in no damn accident. Hell no. Yes, Mister Too Busy. Yep. So, like I said, I think that's dope. I think Anaconda will be. I don't know how many streams. I think somebody was saying they predict the Anaconda to be at a billion views by the end of. I don't know if they said August or something like that. But yeah, I just think it's dope that Nikki is still doing them numbers without even trying. So that's amazing. I think I know who your coworker was because I've seen it. I was like, at first when I seen that order, I was like, this is either a local order and they ordered multiple orders, or this is a shipping order. Because man, let me tell you how I be feeling when these orders be coming in. I be feeling blessed. I'm like, yo, God has really not missed a beat. Every single day I be getting these orders in. Like, also, just to say something, right? I haven't posted on my Instagram since June. I haven't promoted it or anything like that. Orders is just keep coming and coming and coming. Oh wow, they talk the barbs. They talk. Oh wow, they talk the barbs the worst. What you mean? What you mean, Brandy? Yeah, let's see what this layout. Okay. Thank you, Micheline. I appreciate that. I think you got the cinnamon toast crunch ones before, right? Yep, man. I've been like, I've been so overwhelmed. I've been trying to hold myself accountable, like I was telling you the last time. with getting up early and just kind of like forcing myself to get up. But it's been so hard. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to get up early, but shit, I got to keep this show on the road, so I got to keep it moving. So I try to hold myself accountable. Like, no, you got to be up at 4 o'clock, and when it's your own business, you just got to take it serious. You could drop the ball on some 9 to 5 shit. You drop the ball in your business, you're gonna feel the effects. And I'm still not perfect because there's people out there. They hit me up. They like, oh, I placed the order. I did this. I did that. Whatever the case may be, right? Like, let me tell y'all something real quick. This lady got mad at me. I'm like, yo, you disputed your charge. You got your money back. Let me tell you something. My business is attached to a real bank account. Those are things that happen in business. You do what you do. Like, you can't beat yourself up for stuff that happens like that in business. You do what you do. I have a legit business. Am I still perfecting my shit as I go along? Sure, great. Yes, I am. I am, right? But I'm not gonna beat myself up for a fucking negative review or somebody being upset. You have your experience. You either choose to come back and support or you don't. You keep it moving. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna take my eye off the prize. Like, nah. Yes, I'm still waiting on you to order my chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. You know what I just did too? Yeah, I think she did when her mother post, right, Brandy? I think that's what it is too. I think she had her baby too when her mom said that because I kind of was reading in between the lines. She said motherhood already looks great on you. So I was like, is she saying that she looks great in that photo? Saying that it already looks great on you? Like, damn, it looks good on you already. Like, and you're not even a mother yet, or we don't know what she really meant, right? We really don't know. But Micheline, so I have a chocolate chip with caramel, right? And this lady, her birthday, I'm always doing something special for people for their birthday, right? So is this lady, her birthday was the other day, and her friend ordered her chocolate chip caramel cookies, right? So what I did for her is I made chocolate chip cookies, and then when they was done, I don't know if you like the Ghirardelli chocolate caramel squares, and I took them and I placed them on top of each cookie. So I delivered them to her last night, and she was like, "Oh my God, these cookies are so good." So I'm thinking that I'm gonna change my chocolate chip caramel cookie to the one with the Ghirardelli square, and I'm gonna boost them shits up to $25 per box. Like, real talk. Exactly. I hope they get exposed. Yeah. What you talking about? You hope they get exposed? That sounds delicious. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get back on my shit though, because I kind of fell off with the eating healthy. Like, I just been so busy, but I gotta like I'm just every day is a new stride. Like, I'm just I'm to be honest with y'all, I'm so scared because it's like when you realize that your whole well being is based off of how hard you go, that shit get a little scary. It gets a little scary. But yeah, I just wanted to come make the stream. Congrats to Karol G. Congrats to Nicki Minaj hitting that 1 billion on Tusa, a worldwide international hit that they tried to suppress in the United States. They ain't want Nicki to be great. She still got it. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, when I did that video yesterday talking about good form, like how video got over 200 million views and it was not played on the radio, but it was the most added 2 times in a row. How does a song have 1 billion views and it wasn't played on the radio barely in the United States? Like, this is why I be saying to the fans that be on Twitter and be talking mad shit, trying to get hit tweets and shit with Cardi fans and stuff like that. Why don't y'all rally in a different fashion? Like, why don't y'all go to these Spotify offices, all of them New York barbs that be talking all of that shit and doing that? Why y'all not going to the Spotify offices in New York and putting pressure on them? Do something different. Fuck all these radio shows and all of that shit that y'all be doing. Not saying fuck it in that sense because it's good when you can have that type of camaraderie and that banter going back and forth with fans. But how can you be more effective? Like, I was talking to somebody about this on Twitter. It's like you got to be more creative. Like, what can you do to help the song go viral? What can you do to push and to get at Spotify? What can you do? Because you arguing with Cardi fans online and getting 500 likes ain't doing shit. It ain't doing nothing. What's the point? Anaconda maybe next before December, I think. That Tusa is a real deal Latin community. Love Karol G and Nicki. That's true. That's true. Yeah, but like you gotta be more systematic as fans. Y'all talking about y'all want Nicki to win. Y'all tweeting Spotify and saying, oh, every time a release comes out and they don't properly playlist it, tweeting them and then getting 500 likes on your tweet is not gonna make them do nothing. Like, what about people going to rally in front of their offices and shit? Y'all really love Nicki. Back in the day when we fucked with Foxy, we used to call Def Jam, yo. When they was holding up her album, we called Def Jam so much that they had to release her from it. Go listen to the Wendy Williams interview. She thanked Wendy Williams. She said, for me coming to do that interview, she said they had to release me. She said my fans really stood up. Yeah, that's how we get down. You got to like Lupe Fiasco fans at Virgin. What happened with his fans at Virgin? I must have missed that. I'm in Miami. The Spanish station be bumping Tusa. I never hear Tusa on the radio, especially here in Houston. Never heard it. The fraud fans are the worst. You know what it is though, Brandy, that I think real talk on Twitter that I noticed about the fans, they love to be involved. And I noticed that a lot of those fans like they be mad at me because listen, I'm a fan of female rap. I came up in the same era as Nicki Minaj. People be getting mad if I say I like Remy. I like Remy Ma. So does Nicki. Who gives a fuck? I like Remy. So does Nicki. They just had a beef and they fell out. But I'm telling you, on the skill level, Nicki still respects Remy because that's an artist that we came up to. I like female rap. You feel me? But on another note, the fans, they be getting too involved in shit. Like they love arguing with people. They see a tweet about Nicki, they quote it, then it's 500 likes, then that gives them clout because they feel like they doing some shit. It's just like it's a very toxic. It's just toxic, and this is why I was saying like I'm like, there got to be like Nicki fans are not all just 19, 20, and 22 years old. I want to find the fans who are like 30 and above because there are fans that are 30 and above. People like to make people think like, oh, Nicki's fans is all young. That's not true. I like to have real conversations like and be able to like, get into some shit without somebody just being upset and just like being emotional. And they like let me give you another example, right? I remember when it was the day they was all getting mad at me online too, right? Because I was like, it was the day where I think WAP was gonna be announced to be number one, and I was just like, oh, y'all creating a field day just because y'all don't want to face the fact her song going number one. Listen, as much as I don't like Cardi B, this is not gonna be her last number one song. Get over it. Who gives a fuck if she goes number one? That shit don't mean nothing to me, and I don't have to get off Twitter and avoid it just because she's getting it. And she's like, oh, but you know that they're gonna drag Nicki. Who gives a fuck? You're gonna be reading all of those comments in places that you don't need to be. Who cares that if chart data announces that Cardi has a number one and you're reading all of the comments and you're picking who you want to argue with because that's a toxic behavior inside of you. Leave them fucking fans alone. This is why they get that energy to go back and forth because y'all motherfuckers feed it. Y'all feed that shit. Stop it. Stop it. I don't like that shit. This is why, like, I detach myself from a lot of people because they talk that shit one day, like, oh yeah, we got to do this, we got to stay on this, and then the next day they fucking talking about Cardi again. If you don't like somebody, listen. What did I say before? Um, it's basically what you try to block. It's like look at all the people who talked all that shit about her, and she still had a number one song. I don't give a fuck if she had a number one, but look at everybody saying all of that shit about her, and she still came out, and whatever happened happened. This is why, like, what you it's kind of like what I'm trying to say is what you suppress is what continues. That's not the way that I want to say it, but what you try to stop, it keeps going. And in but so many words, she said that online. She said, that's why you don't keep doing that. You don't keep saying, like, oh, look at old girl numbers. Her numbers dropped on this, her numbers dropped. And she even said that. She said, that's why you don't keep talking about somebody you don't like, because then when they prove you wrong, you're gonna look stupid. Leave that girl alone. We so blessed and got so many other things to worry about. Like, yeah, I don't me either. Let me see. A lot of fans like going back and forth on petty shit. Exactly. Exactly. Yep, I'm a fan of a lot of them, mostly old school. Like I was listening to Little Kim second album yesterday. I like good music. I'm no fan of Cardi and these new girls. I don't listen or follow them. Exactly, and they act like people don't know. Yeah, you got to be more systematic every day. And they like, oh, They like, oh, her fans is reading my tweets and they doing this and they doing that because they know what you're doing. Like, let me tell you something. If I want to know what somebody is saying about me, all you think you got to do is search keywords, and then you follow certain people who keep that drama going. It's almost like the people who, like, you ever meet somebody who is like they like having haters, or they be like, oh, they hate, and it's like every minute they hate and they hate, and it's like people be so consumed with just being in that defensive mode all the time. And that shit made me feel crazy when I told you my 13-year-old niece. It's like I think she be on Twitter and she not telling me. She's like, some of the barbs are so toxic sometimes. I'm like, how the fuck is she telling me that at 13? I said, what do you mean by that? She said, because when Cardi and Megan came out with their song, they was just doing too much. She said, I don't even think Nicki cares. I'm like, yo, if a 13-year-old is fucking understanding that and saying that, why is there 20 and 19 and 18-year-olds arguing over shit like that over online? I'm like, they really created a day. They created a day on that Monday where WAP was being announced to just have all these festivities. And I know people hear this message who was probably in on that shit too, and they probably was mad. I lost a lot of followers that day. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm older. I have my own point of view and my own opinion. Like, somebody else's win should have nothing to do with Nicki Minaj. That has nothing to do with her. Let that girl get her win. That's not gonna be her last number one, and it's not gonna be Nicki's last number one. Let that girl go on. Like, what you try to stop continues. The best thing you could do is to just ignore that ass. Cardi feed off the drama. She loves it. Yeah, they do it for likes. That's really trendy. That's really trendy. I think some of the bars work for Atlanta. They talk bad, but I put too much money, but put too much into. They make me wonder. Yeah, that's a different spin on it. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. I know there was this guy online. I didn't know what was up with this motherfucker, but I remember, like I'm not gonna lie, like probably like months ago, I would engage in conversation like that, and I had like two Twitter accounts that got suspended, and this guy would find me all the time. I'm telling you, they search keywords. They know what people are saying, and what her team does is they see what the fans are saying about Cardi, and then they try to do some course correction and have her correct it. That's what they do. If you think about it, you have to watch your enemies close. This is why, like, and somebody could think like, "Oh, you're being negative." No, I'm not being negative. I'm just smarter than you. Like these fans, Nikki can't even remove something from her bio without everybody saying this was really news on Twitter. Like Pop Base was posting it. Nikki move your hips from her bio. They've removed this, so it's like you're alerting everybody what the fuck she. This girl can't even. Yo, this is why I said like with me being even a business owner, like sometimes I hate it because like Nikki can't even post under her friend's status without all of the fans giving 400 or 500 likes. Nikki. It's like you can't do anything without them doing that shit, and then it turns into news. And the sad thing about it is that the media watches these pages like That's So Bold and certain pages. They watch those pages. So when you start saying stuff about Nikki, you make it bigger. You make it a bigger thing because they're watching you closely. That shit crazy. Atlantic ops. That makes sense. Yeah. You gotta watch what's going on. Also, I don't know if y'all seen like maybe 2 weeks ago, exactly all payola moves. That's why I don't worry about it. Right. And I don't know if y'all noticed, right? Like 2 weeks ago, I don't know if it was a mistake that was done on Cardi's end, but she followed one of Nicki Minaj's fan pages. That's the Lebs Love Nicki Minaj page. You gotta watch them because they flaky. They flaky. Like one thing I noticed about international fans, the ones who don't live in the United States, the international fans are obsessed with pop culture. And they have the right to like who they want to like if they like Nicki and Cardi or whatever the case may be, but you got to watch them because then they was posting on the page like they was just doing some real funny shit. They was doing some real funny shit. So you got to watch those pages. But I think Cardi had ended up following what was it, like a hot Barbie page or some shit like that. She ended up following it, but then she unfollowed it the next day. I don't know if she followed it by accident or if she actually did it on purpose just to get conversation going because we see that she likes to do that. She likes to get the conversation going. It's 7:18 and I overstayed my visit. I'm getting off in 2 minutes, 7:20. So listen, she followed one of those fan pages, and then it starts conversation, and they're like, "Oh, she's, you know, celebs love Nicki Minaj." Was like, "Oh, Cardi B followed this page. Who cares?" And then when you start to realize, like, right, like again, and I say, I'm in my 30s. This is why I unplugged from a lot of these fans. I'm being honest with you, because once I started to realize like the nature of their conversations and shit like that, and I'll be like, wait a minute, like I'm a whole like, and even though I might be considered at the bottom of level of my business ownership, like no, I got to start withdrawing my energy from a lot of places that I'm just spending my time at, because it's just redundant. It's redundant. I like to speak to people who are actually systematic, and you trying to like, let's try to figure some shit out. How can we make some shit work? You can't. I don't want to be attached to people who just emotional. They all over the place, and then it's just like, oh, we got to create this day because they're going to be, oh, girl fans is going to be on us tomorrow because her number one is going to get announced. Let her number one be announced. They worked for it, whatever they bought. Like, even though we know that shit is bullshit, whatever they bought, whatever they purchased, let them people enjoy their moment. Who gives a fuck what they say? Because when Nikki gets her number one too, y'all be fucking saying shit about their team too. Like, you got to stop being emotional. It's not worth it. Like, it ain't worth it. Nikki is a businesswoman, and she pay attention to the streets. All her moves are strategic. That's a fact. Yep. You talking about Cardi, right? Yeah, she watches everything. But wouldn't you rightfully so watch everything if you know that these people talk about you all day? It's like people be getting mad at me. Like when I used to be like on Twitter talking to people, I'll be saying stuff like, "Yo, like go against the grain. Like why you got entertaining shit like that?" They be like, "Oh, you're negative. You why? Because I don't want to get up in the morning and just start talking about old girl. Like if I was Cardi, all I got to do is go on Twitter and put in old girl and see everything that y'all saying about me. You don't think that she do that? Her fans do that shit. Her fans find tweets all day that Nicki fans be doing that shit. And every time I get on my timeline, right, I see people who interact and they start making regular tweets that don't get no interaction. And as soon as they start talking shit about Cardi, it's like they do it to get steam, to get likes. I'm like, this shit is lame. My granny came home talking about WAP because the pastor preached on it, protecting the kids from the devil music. I was like, and are you serious? I see why it went number one. People who hate it made it famous. That's on God. It's true. And not only that, it went number one because sex sells. Sex will always sell, especially when it's positioned right. That song is positioned right. It's on multiple hundreds of playlists, and it's positioned high on playlists. It's getting crazy radio play. So if I tell you this, right, like say, all right, so let's say this, right? Say Move Your Hips comes out and it's on iTunes digital and it goes number one digital. That's just digital. People not you're buying it for yourself. So that's digital. But if a song reaches a million, like when I say like I think the highest that song reached was like 5 million in one day. So if that song is being played on the radios and it's reaching 5 million people, if you like that song or if you hear it, you're going to go somewhere and try to play it later. So that's why I was saying where it's like that, it all helps each other. Like when you hear a song on the radio, it makes you go search it to stream it. So they all work together. Buying a song on the digital front, like they all work together. But the radio is a big factor because if your song is being suppressed on the radio, nobody is not going to contribute to more streams. That's just logic. That's logic. Back in the day, my friends and I would argue about Pac and Biggie keeping it moving, no emotion, get involved in anything. Yeah, I remember back in the day that Biggie and Pac thing. That was huge on the East Coast, huge on the East Coast. Like, yeah, that beef was definitely real. Yes, I hate that because her manager Irvin moving good. Yeah, what's up, the truth? WAP was the worst song of 2020, but watch it win awards. And this is where I could keep it real at the truth. I don't like WAP, but I think that there's worse records from female rappers. I think there's worse records from female rappers. I just don't like it. I don't subscribe to it because I don't feel like either her or Megan really rap good. I don't like it. It's just not my type of music. And I think Little Kim, she was upset because let me tell you, I think Kim is upset, but let me say this. I feel like her feelings were valid. Because she's like, I'm tired of people showing me love in front of the camera, but they don't want to come in behind the scenes and do the real work. I could feel that. I can relate to it because don't dick ride me and steal my style. And now you want to, you notice when, they had an issue with Nicki doing certain things. I told y'all 2 minutes. They had an issue with Nicki doing things. Nicki wore the hair with the Fendi prints in it, and she did all of those things that people felt as though that they were Little Kim esque, right? And they gave her hell. But Cardi makes it seem like she loves Nicki, she loves Little Kim, and she wears like vintage things that Kim wore, whatever. That's basically, you got to read between the lines. Nicki, Kim is not talking about Nicki. She's saying about current girls who are out now. She said, I don't like people who want to steal my style, but don't want to come behind the scenes and do the work. That's when that WAP shit came out. She's talking about that. That's who she's talking about. That I can definitely believe that. And I think that they all look at it as being a little phony too, the collaboration with Megan. I think because especially that Tory Lane shit that happened, Lil Kim was not feeling that at all when they asked her that question about how she felt about it. If you notice, her energy was just kind of off. She was just like, I don't really care. She's 45, but she's 45, but she's a legend still. See, that's one thing. Like, I'm not gonna front. Like, I'm not gonna say that Lil Kim made zero impact, even though I love Foxy more. She was that type of girl, but that is true. That's like me. Nobody want to hear her on that. I could see that, but look, that's like me telling somebody that I love them OD, and I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, and I'm taking your style, I'm stealing your shit, I'm stealing your shit, but then I don't want to put you on no track. I don't want to, you don't want to do the work. That shit is fake after a while. It's fake. So listen, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here though. I just wanted to come and just say congratulations, Nicki Minaj, Karol G, Tusa 1 billion, Anaconda to 1 billion. New album. What we think is gonna be called Pink Friday 2. Pink Friday 2. I think it's gonna be Pink Friday 2. I'm excited to see who she gonna put on it. I wish she would have saved that Eminem feature for Pink Friday 2 because he was on the last album. So I don't know how it's gonna go with this album. Who do y'all think is gonna be on her album, her next album? I don't want Jay-Z because I just been having some thoughts about some shit that's going on. Nicki beefed with Baytown. No, I don't deliver to Baytown, sweetheart. Nope. Um, Listen, I love Full Circle. I love Foxy, of course. I love that record. And Kim said, "Can I get a feature?" Yeah, of course. I like Full Circle. I like that Nas album in its entirety as well. Um, Damn, y'all just made me forget what I was gonna say. But yeah, I hope that I know that this album is gonna be good. She's taking a lot of time putting, time into it, and I just can't wait to see what she does. Like, I don't, to be honest with y'all, like, oh, that's what I was saying about Jay Z. Listen, think about this, right? I just want to drop this on y'all before I leave. Asian the Brat or Doja Cat? Hell no, I don't like Asian Doll. I don't. Let me reiterate that. I like Asian doll. I just find her to be really pretentious. When I see her tweet about stuff, it's really a far fetched. You're not really like. And then when I be like looking at the stuff that she be doing, she be like, "Oh, I'm doing a photo shoot. I'm doing this or that." Like, let's be completely honest. When we just look at the situation, like, what are you doing a photo shoot for? Like, you don't, unless she's like doing something for her clothing brand or like whatever she's doing. It's just like, I just feel like Asian Doll does a lot of shit like for attention. She kind of reminds me of Azealia Banks. And when I say in regards to Azealia Banks, because Azealia Banks is a female rapper who's actually talented, but I feel like in a lot of her attempts, she always, like, it feels like she wants more attention. Like, she knows that she's dope and she's not getting it. Notice when WAP went number one, she said that she was going to commit suicide, right? I love Azalea Banks, right? She said that she was going to commit suicide. Then a few days later, she was just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna," she kind of recanted it, right? So I feel like Asian Doll feels like she's that nut that just ain't been busted, and she's just trying to bust, and she can't bust, and it's just like every time Asian Doll releases a song, she looks beautiful in the video, she looks amazing online, right? She's a very beautiful girl, but the music just does not live up to me. I don't like Asian Doll's music, and I'm not gonna lie about it, and I can say that and just say just because we see somebody like Cardi winning. If Cardi could win, then any black girl who's killing it, and has an ounce of talent in them. I want them to win. I want them to go on and be great. but I don't see it for Asian Doll. I just don't. Like, she got to get with some writers, or she got to get with somebody who can steer the direction, because we in 2020 and you still doing this. I just feel like she has like this ATL sound where she's trying to do this auto tune and stuff. It doesn't work for me personally. I don't like Asian Doll's music. No cap, Azealia Banks would be dope. She's nice outside of her antics. She's very dope. I would be down for a Remy Ma feature. Me too, honestly. Yo, plushy complexion and protection. Yeah. Oh, so I didn't expound on that. So listen, I think that with Jay Z, right? Meek Mill, Jay Z, Rock Nation, right? I don't think Nicki would ever have another song with Jay Z, because now that I look at this whole Rock Nation shit, eh, no, that's not gonna work out. Especially Megan on Rock Nation. And then when Megan got to Rock Nation and that beef with Meek, and then she had a Cardi collaboration, even though she dissed Cardi and said subliminal shit in the past, they probably did that shit intentionally and connected. I'm just brainstorming. I'm just showing you how my mind works. uh, they probably connected that feature. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust Rock Nation. And then if you notice, even with Megan Thee Stallion, a lot of her performances start looking like Beyonce-esque performances. She just did this new thing for the Time magazine, and Taraji is speaking on her. Notice when Beyonce does anything special, another famous star speaks for her, like on a reward show or something. Why the fuck is Taraji speaking for Megan Thee Stallion? You just got to think about stuff like that. All of this shit is strategic. Like, just because Taraji says something is not going to make me be like, oh, yes, 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 yes. Fuck out of here. That shit is not going to make me feel no type like, nah. Nicki not with the phony shit. Jay is all about money. He has no loyalty. Wow. I don't think she got money. Impressive. She do. Did you see Megan on the cover of Time? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. And I don't think we was talking about that earlier on Mob Radio. I don't think Megan is influential at all. There's nothing like, let me tell you what influential is. I can even give this to a female rapper like Eve. When Eve came out with the braids to the back and doing that, a lot of girls was rocking that and they was on it. I don't see anything outside of twerking that Megan really inspires girls to do. When Nicki came out, girls was wearing the cut bangs, people was wearing their hair like Nicki, they was wearing tutus. This grown ass woman in her almost 30s, how old was Nick with 2007? What year are we in? So 2007, 17. I don't know how old Nikki was in 2007, but Nikki had grown ass women wearing tutus, wearing fucking bangs with pink hair in it, doing all types of shit, copying her personality. Like, if you want to be honest, I kind of thought that Cardi's personality, a lot of the way when she came out, like, I just felt like Nikki really birthed that personality with female rappers, because female rappers weren't really like that before. They weren't really like that. She was playful, in her interviews, and she was silly, but she was also very business savvy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So listen, y'all. Yeah, it's something about that Rock Nation shit that I don't trust when it comes to Nicki. I just don't trust it. Like, Jay Z is attached to Meek. That's Rock Nation. Rock Nation is attached to Megan. It seemed like at first she wasn't really. I don't know. It's just now everything is coming into perspective. When that Hot Girl Summer came out, she kind of dissed Nicki that Monday. She didn't go to the radio station. She said she had a Vogue shoot. You agreed to it, then you didn't go. Nikki was kind of upset about it too, but she didn't even go on. She didn't go in on it like that, but you could tell she was upset because she said this woman. Yeah, she was upset about that shit. That was around the same time where I found out, like, that was around the same time I think I found out about Mob Radio. Yeah, that was around the same time because I remember I had sent Millie like a DM about that. That was around the same time. So, yep. Um, yeah. So Megan has a lot of phony shit with her. She got a lot of phony shit, and with this collaboration that came out, it just kind of sealed the deal. I'm kind of done with her on a personal level. All I know is Cardi and Meg album hasn't dropped. Rock Nation manages Meg. They under Atlantic umbrella. Meg signed to 300. Leor Cohen owns that label, and he ran Atlantic, and they under the Atlantic umbrella. And now Leor heads the music department on YouTube. Hmm. If Nicki, Remy, Little Kim, and Foxy come together, they'll put that fraud out of business. But it's sad that we couldn't even get a versus verse. We can't even get a versus with Little Kim versus Foxy. Like, I bet you Little Kim might do it toward with Missy. You think they could do a versus? Cardi's promotion in the media is offensive to me because I feel like she's their version of modern day minstrel show. Yeah, I think Megan is scared to drop her album, but shit, she gets proper playlisting. We don't know what it's gonna do. We don't know. She might I don't know. I don't see Megan as a artist in its entirety. I feel like she's just like Megan is Captain Hook songs and um cash shit. Like she shit like that. I don't see Megan as a full on artist. I just don't see it, unfortunately. But yo, I gotta get up off of here. They all waiting on Nikki. Hello, my beautiful people. I was wondering, is there something that can be done about the evildoers blackballing Nicki songs, DJs not playing her songs, no playlist? It's fraud that they're doing. Definitely, Anastasia. What I was saying was is that a lot of the people who are on Twitter trying to get hit tweets and trying to get people to retweet their shit and do all of this other shit, why don't they come up with a system where they can just reach out, send letters? That shit matters. Send letters to Spotify. Send letters to these people and asking them why are they blackballing her songs. Come together and be stronger. Like trying to get these hit tweets and trying to get 500 people to like your tweets online is doing absolutely nothing. That's why I just was like, it's redundant. It's redundant. Like I don't know about y'all how I be feeling, but like you know, I used to listen to a lot of different things, and then I had to realize my time is valuable. Like I have to like really cut back. What's up, lady? I had to cut back on a lot of shit. My time is valuable. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be wrapped up in some shit that's just not really conducive. Like it's just people just complaining, people not really being strategic, and then I want to be progressive. Like let's do some shit that's going to work. Like back in the days people would send letters to damn record labels and shit like that. People would just do shit to get the ball rolling. But being online and being on Twitter, you got to step outside of that. And that's where a lot of the fans is like they like that Twitter fame. They like getting them retweets. There's something about it that just gets them off. But that shit ain't helping. I truly think this, right? And y'all might disagree. I be feeling like Nikki loves the shit out of her fans, but I feel like sometimes she stays away from offline because she knows that they do a lot. They do a lot. Like they do a lot. Made the wrong move of working with Cardi. Brandy won. Brandy won. Oh, Megan made the wrong move. I want Meg to win, but I don't know what's up with her. However, I understand that she's a girl lost, so I'm rooting for her. Yeah, exactly. Just all lies to debunk Nikki. All right, y'all. I gotta hop off of here though, cause I gotta go do these two deliveries. Maybe I'll get back on here later and chit chat with y'all. Do y'all think Megan can redeem herself? Mm, I'll never look at her the same. Like you was on Nikki's live. Let me tell you something that I'm happy that she didn't feed into it. If Nikki would have fed into her bullshit that she was doing on live, they would have made it into something was, Nikki is doing XYZ. You brung that energy on this girl's live. And then you turned around doing this song with Cardi. And let me tell you how I feel about that. Cardi did that song with her so that she can prove either I can get my song to chart higher, or it was something else with that shit. Cause now why everybody want to work with Megan? Since you know what I'm saying? It's like some monkey see, monkey do type shit. Yeah, Miss Leo, I'm kind of done. I'm done with Megan too, to be honest with you. I haven't really listened to her music like that. I was in my car the other day and some shit came on, ain't equal, and I used to love that song. I turned that shit right off. Just don't feature her no more. I just don't see it. And I know Nikki is side eyeing her too. There's no loyalty in this game. There's none. You got to just be very funny with people, places, and things. I don't give a fuck. How you do anything is how you do everything. Maybe Megan got her blessing from Nikki first to work with Cardi. I doubt it. I doubt it. Cause remember, like, listen, and then I don't understand what. All right, it's 7:38. I'm dead ass off of her at 7:40. So listen, I don't even understand with Megan. Megan was like out of all of the comments that she was getting on her Instagram when WAP came out, she chose to read a comment from somebody. Are you still cool with Nicki? She said, "Yeah, I'm still cool with Nicki." Why wouldn't I be? Why would you read that out of every comment that you seen? Like, why? Why? Like forgetting Nicki gave you your first major feature, but she only grateful for being Cardi. Thank you. Thank you. Megan is just funny style. And you know what Megan realizes is that with doing that song with Cardi is had positioned her on certain playlists and reach. Look at the when you go to Spotify, go to this website called Quorb.net. KWORB.net, right? Look at a list of Megan Thee Stallion's Spotify charts. Her song with Cardi is a song that kind of brought her on a worldwide level. Megan is very local. Like she's a local artist. So let's see. Sir, you're a great, honest gentleman. Thank you. Yep. No, I got to get to this next comment. I looks at it as business. We work without a lot of people that we don't like. That's how I look at it. Well, I could tell you this, Demo, as an entrepreneur, um, I could say that in the 9 to 5 world that I probably worked with people I didn't like. But even as being an entrepreneur now, like I do what I want to do now, and I don't necessarily chase I don't like I let the money comes to me organically, and I kind of like I like it like that. I don't force myself places with people. It just kind of is what it is. But in a sense of being an artist, how do you talk shit about somebody and get on the record? But we don't could have talked about it. That's the part we may not know, Demo. Maybe Cardi did say, "Hey, Meg, I felt like you were subbing me" or some shit like that. We don't know that we don't know the ins and out of it on that end of it. But I definitely do think that Cardi was being funny. She came on Nicki's live trying to be messy. Like, yeah, she did. I can't. She can't say that she wasn't. I'm about to go write some shit. Who's you talking about? Who are you talking about? And then you want the same song with the chick. Like people phony. Like they always say that. We all know that Hot Girl Summer. We all know that after Hot Girl Summer, Cardi was down Meg's throat trying to get a feature. And then Jason Lee, he does all of that little funny shit. Let me tell y'all this, right? As a man, I don't know what it is, and I just don't like when men go at women. I just don't look at it as being fair because if you was going at another man like that, you know that he would try to come see you. You know that he would try to come see you. I don't like it on YouTube. I don't like it if it's music or whatever. I just don't like when men like I just feel like women like they have their own sacred space. Like if a woman is a blogger or whatever it is that she does, it's just like I don't feel like I have the right to even like I just don't feel like as a man, like a man with with a stick and balls, I don't have the right to come and tell you what you should be doing, with how you should be doing what you're doing. Like let women be. Like I don't like that shit. I don't like it with YouTubers. I don't like it with Jason Lee coming after Nicki, getting involved and saying like, "Oh, Hot Girl Summer." I don't give a shit about that. It's just like he's very negative, and like I just be wanting people to take a step back and look at that. Look at all of these people who target women and do shit like that. It's something very negative about it. I don't care what nobody say. Like I have been like the type of person where in the past I used to make videos and I would like have my opinion on stuff, but I got to a point where I got over that shit. I'm like, no, I am not taking my time out. And I know that it may be different people's style, but I am not wasting my time talking about you. I'm not doing it. And like I seen somebody had tried to do that shit about me and I didn't even look at it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because once you get it's like it's like a succubus. It's like they just want to like suck you dry. And the best thing that you can do in regards to that is just to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving because once you get caught up in this lecturous back and forth, it's just nah, I don't like it. And I don't like when men do it to women. Birthing Hipsley. See, I told y'all 7:40, and then I'm getting caught up talking. I'm getting off here. Foxy Brown should drop an album too. She says she is. Now all of a sudden she's saying Cardi's an inspiration. She's a liar. She's a liar. Jason Lee went off about Megan. I could never let him persuade me to work with Cardi. On God. He's the worst. I just don't like it. I don't like when men attack women, especially like that, because a girl can't come see you on a personal issue. She can't come fight you. She can't do none of that. So it's just like you could just talk mad shit about her. It's like, but that's not fair because you want them. You know what I be really feeling like? Especially some guys, like I feel like they talk a lot of shit to girls because they want them to go off to kind of cancel themselves so they could say something crazy to you. So then it's like they're fucked up. But that's not right. Just leave them alone and just give the energy to a man who you feel like who can handle it. Like I just don't like I don't. I still stick to that shit. Like if I was online like right now in this video, if I was just attacking somebody and just going in on them, like my brothers, like they'd probably be like, why are you doing that shit? Like and I'd just be thinking, like, do these people not have people in their lives? They just be will check them, like, yo, why you going in on her like that? Like, and then I would start thinking to myself, like, yeah, all right, I understand it. And it's totally different from me speaking about music, saying like, my perspective of why I don't respect the Cardi B or whatever. Like I said, like I don't have to break her down and be like, oh, you're unattractive, you're flat face, you look like this, you do like that. No, 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 that's completely different. But if I want to talk music and say why I don't respect you and why I don't like it, that's a completely different conversation. I just don't like when people just break women down. It's just toxic to me. And I know that some people might disagree, but that's just not my method. It's not. And I just feel like Jason Lee is he's just toxic. I'm sure Jason will never be in the same place with Kenny. Hell no. Anyway, yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I gotta run. I gotta go up to the north side, and I gotta go. I don't even know the other place I gotta go. I got two deliveries. I'll be done by 9 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm gonna come on here another time and talk to y'all though. But yeah, stream Tusa, get Anaconda to 1 billion. Be on the lookout for Nicki's next album. I don't know when that Young Boy feature is going to come out. We know she got a feature with Young Boy that's supposed to come out. I think that's going to be on Mike Will's project. But we remember what happened with Mike Will with ASAP Ferg song. Cardi should just get into a career where she doesn't have to speak. Bars was her only fan base, so she done. We don't fuck with her. Let me leave on that note. So I'm out of here, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed evening. And I'll talk to y'all later.